What's good, everybody? As promised, I said I would go live every Thursday, and here I am. Hang on, let me get something in my drink here. I am thirsty. Wait for all you guys to come on. Don't tell me everyone's in bed already. You bloody damn sleepers. Let me wait for people to come on. 0-0. We are going to just talk like we usually do. Come on. Somebody get on. Somebody get on. Somebody. You want some? Have it your way. One person on. How are you guys doing? We've got some stuff we're going to be talking about. Um, New York. New York, New York, electing Mamdani, Zoran. Um, Look, I will say this. Um, I, I, I mean, first of all, I just thank my lucky stars that I don't live in New York. That's the first thing. New York City. I thank my lucky stars I don't live there. I mean, if I have to choose between Mamdani and Cuomo, that's like choosing cancer versus AIDS. But I will say this: um, if somebody were to have threatened me with crucifixion or whipping or something like that. I mean, I'm not even going to say if you put a gun to my head, because if you put a gun to my head and forced me to choose between Cuomo and Mamdani, I would tell you to pull the trigger. But if you threaten me with some kind of violent torture or something like that, and I had to choose between Mamdani and Cuomo, well, I'd probably go for Mamdani. And before you all jump up and down and go crazy and all run away and leave me here all by my lonesome, let me explain myself. I'm not a socialist. I'm not a socialist. I'm not a communist. I'm not any of that. Let me explain myself why I say that. Number one, Mamdani's not going to be able to do any of the things that he wants to do in New York. It's not going to work. Those guys, I mean, unlike the establishment Democrats who give a lot to the big people at the top, they make sure that they're okay and we get the socialism. He wants to give socialism to the rich and the poor. And those rich people are not going to allow him to do any. First of all, he can't do a lot of the things he wants to do as mayor. He needs the state, and in some cases, he even needs the feds. So he can't do a lot of the things. So nothing's going to change. There's not no free buses. All in fact, this time next year, the buses in New York will probably be more expensive than they ever were. And his people are gonna the people who voted for him are gonna feel betrayed. The people with the money, they're gonna make sure they're not gonna like him, and he won't last as mayor. He won't last as mayor. So that's one thing I can say to you. Okay, so don't worry about him. But if Cuomo had won that election, and by the way, the conservatives in America who were actually trying to get me or to get people on the right to vote for Cuomo, they are the biggest morons. I mean, Donald Trump trying to get conservatives in New York to vote for Cuomo. I mean, Trump has done some dumb things with not releasing the Epstein files and always supporting Israel, giving Israel billions of dollars, Ukraine billions of dollars, and all this stuff. But the dumbest thing Trump has ever done is try to convince conservatives in New York to vote for Cuomo. That snake, Cuomo, who destroyed the economy of New York during coronavirus, made grannies, sick grannies, stay in there in their nursing homes, no visitors. Their grandchildren couldn't see them. Their children couldn't see them, and they just had to die alone. That was Cuomo. The, you talk about Mamdani. I mean, Cuomo was the one who brought in. He made New York a sanctuary state, and all the people came in. He's the one who got rid of cashless bail. People who push these women, it's usually women, you notice it's usually women what are getting pushed in the subways, and old people. You don't hear of Hulk Hogan being pushed in any subway in New York City. You get your ass kicked, and they call them crazy. But a crazy person would push anybody and everybody into the subway. He hear God telling him to push this person in the subway. Crazy. These people aren't crazy because they always seem to go for the women and the children and the elderly. And Cuomo's no cash bail allowed that person to be released from the jail on bail without having to pay any cash. That was Cuomo. And Trump and Elon Musk and Fox News are telling me to vote for him to stop Mamdani because Mamdani is the socialist. Okay, yeah, Mamdani may be the socialist, but Cuomo is the elder statesman. And there was a Republican running named Curtis Sliwa, and Trump doesn't want him. And all these Republicans are trying to get us to go for Cuomo. So my thing is that, yeah, I mean, New York is in for a tough time, but I don't think they should work. First of all, if you live in New York, yeah, I feel bad for you. But also, I would say leave. If you can leave, just leave. I mean, I certainly wouldn't move there. I mean, look, I shouldn't talk. I live in somewhere. I live in a place that's no better. I live in Ontario. I live in Canada. That's no better. That's no better. I mean, let me tell you, y'all elected Mamdani. We elect not me, but the Canadians. They elected Trudeau. And not once, not even twice, but three times. And now they elected Carney, the one who taught Trudeau everything he knows, the one who was his economic advisor. So where were we at? We ain't no better. And I'm moving out of here New Year's. I am out of Ontario. I will be moving to Pennsylvania, central, conservative, rural Pennsylvania. I'm going to be out of this bitch. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I've tried, and I can't do it anymore. I'm 32 years old. I can't sit here in Canada and these boomers, the left-wing boomers who keep voting for the liberals, voting for the liberals, voting for the liberals, and bringing the economy down, 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 down. And I can't do that. What does this comment say? If you ask me, Chris Dutcherman is about as faithful as Tiger Woods with women. I don't know who Chris Dutcherman even is. But anyway, yeah, so me talking about New York. I mean, hell, hang on, let me drink some of this thing. You guys want any? I didn't think so. So yeah, if you ask me, we're no better in Canada. We're no better. But yeah, I'm not too worried for New York. Ma'am Danny won't be able to do anything. In fact, to be honest with you, I think Trump accelerated Ma'am Danny to win by supporting Cuomo. The people in New York don't like Donald Trump. And then he's there saying, "Oh, let's go for Cuomo. I think you should vote for Cuomo." The New Yorkers are like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, we ain't voting for Cuomo now. We'll go for Ma'am Danny." I think he accelerated. And by the way, I'm glad Curtis Sliwa, the Republican who was running in New York, I'm glad he didn't drop out. And it wouldn't have made sense even if he did drop out because Mamdani got 50%. So even if all the people who voted for Sliwa went for Cuomo, which I mean, I'm not a New Yorker, but if I was living in New York and I voted for Sliwa and I wanted to vote for Sliwa, which I would have, and he dropped out, I wouldn't go for Cuomo. But if all of them were to do that, it would have instead of 50% for Mamdani and 44% for Cuomo, it would have been 50 for Mamdani and 48 for Cuomo. Because Curtis Sliwa got 7, and 44 plus 7 is 48. 45, 46, 47. Wait, no. He got 42. I know that Curtis Sliwa got 7. So, and I know Mamdani got 50, so I think it was like somewhere around 40 or something like that. Something which would have added up to like 50-48. So I listen, it's late right now. So don't judge me. But anyway, yeah, that's my view on this whole thing that went on with in New York. And by the way, one other thing I wanted to talk about, I don't know, I'm sure the people who are watching, I'm guessing you all are Canadian. This elbows up thing, that's dead. Elbows up is dead. It's dead. It's dead. These guys are not fighting. Apparently, you know that last time I spoke to you, Ontario had made a commercial with Reagan in it, and Trump got angry. He raised the tariffs on Canada. Well, now Carney is over there with apologizing to Trump. He apologized profusely to Trump on his knees. I'm sorry, baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. And he went to Doug Ford and he said, "Take down that advertisement. You take that down. Take it down. Take it down. Take it down." And Doug Ford did it. elbows, elbows up. Is that sound like elbows? I mean, listen. I thought that the ad was stupid as hell. It was stupid. It was stupid, stupid, stupid. But I mean, y'all talking about elbows up. Let's stick it to Trump, and we got to vote for the liberals because the liberals are the ones who will stand up to Trump. Look what they're doing. They're apologizing. They're doing exactly what he tells them to do. Good. Elbows up is done, divided, destroyed. Not no elbows up. Trump got his elbow up y'all's ass. That's what's happened. Elbows up was always a chicken dance. Of course it was. I told people that, and Canadians should have known. I mean, how can it be that the liberals who have destroyed the economy in the first place, they destroyed the economy, they destroyed the damn thing, and they're the ones who are best to stand up to Trump? Elbows up, elbows up, elbows up. We're gonna stick it to Donald Trump. Elbows up, elbows up, elbows up. Give me a damn break. Trump tells you to put down that commercial, and you guys do it immediately. 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 Mark Carney goes on his knees apologizing to Trump. Does that look like elbows up to you? Trump got his elbows up Canada's ass. No elbow. Elbows up is done. It is done. And by the way, I don't think Pierre Poilievre would have been stupid enough to make a commercial like that. But I can promise you, I think that if Pierre Poilievre were prime minister instead of Carney, and Pierre was doing something to stick up for Canada's economy, and Trump told him not to do it, Pierre Poilievre would probably stand his ground certainly a lot longer than Carney and Doug Ford put together. Remember when Doug Ford, which I thought was a stupid idea, but Doug Ford was there saying he was gonna um, uh, stop selling electricity to America if they keep raising the tariffs or if they put tariffs on it. He's going to stop doing it. And Trump said, "I'm going to raise the tariff." And Doug Ford said, "Okay, I won't do it anymore." I mean, even if I think the idea is stupid, the point is these guys say they're going to stand up to Trump. They're going to stand up to Trump. And the moment Trump tells them to shut up, they okay, I'm sorry. These are your leaders, kind of. This is what you elected. This is the so-called elbows up. Oh my goodness. You see why I have to leave? You see why I have to leave? I can't do this anymore. I told Canada. I told Canada about Trudeau. No, I ain't listening to that dumbass around. Told them about the coronavirus. No, y'all had me locked up. And now I told you about this whole thing with the tariffs and how to fight it. I ain't listening. You want to bring back Carney? You guys just keep putting yourself in a hole, 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 and you don't learn. May I suggest you do a video with YouTuber Unacceptable Fringe sometimes? I know who that is. Um, if I ever get in contact with him, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a video or a show with him. I know who that is. If he would do it, I certainly wouldn't object. He makes very good videos. So yeah, I would do that. Thanks for the suggestion. But anyway, I think I am probably going to hop on out of here now. I said what I wanted to say. I came live. I do like to go live every at least once a week just to catch up. But I think I'm gonna hop on out of here now, and you all just take care of yourselves. My Canadian audience, the country's in a bad place, and I wish I could take you guys with me. I wish I could, but I'm not a smuggler. I'm not a border smuggler. I can't smuggle you, Raptor guy. I can't smuggle you. I can't smuggle you guys in like a border smuggler, like from the south border. I can't do that. I ain't about that life. Put you in a caravan. I can go up to Toronto, and then we can go to Montreal, and then Vancouver, and then Calgary and Halifax with our caravan, and get all the good, smart, populous, patriotic Canadians who've had enough. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I take you all in a caravan, and we just sneak our way through into the U.S. I can't do that. I'm bad, but I ain't that bad. I ain't crazy like that. So the best thing to do is to just survive the best way you can. I mean, own a business if you can. Make sure if you do have a business, you have a cash business. And so the tax man, it's harder for the tax man. Do what you got to do to pay as little taxes as possible legally, and maybe even some ways illegally. If the rich people can do it, you can do it too. Make sure to hold on to cash. Make sure to invest in gold. Do all of that stuff. I mean, I'm just doing what I have to do. But anyway, I'm gonna hop on out of here. Uh, New York City has gone to the socialist, but I don't think he's gonna do anything. He won't be able to do anything. They won't let him do anything. I'm glad Cuomo lost. I am glad about that because I think he would have been worse. And elbows up in Canada, that's gone. The elbow is in a cast right now. Every bone in the elbow in Canada is broken, smashed with a sledgehammer by Donald Trump. Canada has to take aspirin every day and fentanyl every day because their elbows are in pain because Trump has smashed Canada's elbows with a sledgehammer. It's in so much pain. Every time he tells Canada to do something, they shut up, they do it. They make a commercial, they threaten to get rid of the electricity, and Trump said, "No, you ain't doing that." Okay. I mean, Canada's probably already the 51st state. The only difference is Canada can't vote. That's the only thing. You already, in fact, you're not even the 51st state. You're pretty much a territory. A territory, for God's sake. Not even a state. So that's the legacy of the liberals. I don't know. Anyway, guys, good night. This is the Arana.